It's Tuesday, February 2nd, and the time for your Barbados Today morning news update. The COVID-19 outbreak at HMP Dodds is now under control with only 7 positive cases presently active. Word of this from the COVID Communications Unit, which revealed that the island's largest COVID-19 cluster had been neutralized. At its peak, the cluster at the St. Philip prison totaled 363 infected persons. This number included 85 prison officers, 261 inmates, and 17 staff members. However, the unit said only 7 COVID-positive persons remain to be medically discharged, and operations at the prison have returned to normalcy. Both Home Affairs Minister Wilfred Abrams and Superintendent of Prisons, Lieutenant Colonel John Nurse, believe Dodds is a model in best practices for how an outbreak of COVID-19 could be managed within a prison setting. Barbados's CARICOM Ambassador David Commichon has described as hypocritical policies and hostile attitudes that hinder Barbadian doctors trained in Cuba from practicing here. Cuban trained doctors are required to sit additional exams before being cleared to practice medicine in Barbados, as the training reportedly does not reach the threshold accepted by the Barbados Medical Council. However, Ambassador Commichon says while the expertise of rookie doctors cannot be compared with that of Cuba's medical brigade, there is no excuse for the difficulties young doctors are facing.
My personal view is that there are influential doctors in Barbados who are intent in restricting access to the practice of medicine in Barbados, and I think that is at the heart of this policy of not accepting the Cuban graduates. I feel so because there is no rational basis on which one can say that the medical training received in Cuba is inferior to the medical training received at the University of the West Indies, for example, or at any of the offshore medical schools that operate in the Caribbean.
Now, efforts to reach current chairman of the Barbados Medical Council, Dr. Charles Edwards, for a response to the suggestions were unsuccessful. The Chief Executive Officer of the Barbados Agricultural Society believes the 2-week lockdown could present some challenges for farmers. While the assistance of farmers will be sought by government as it works towards distributing an estimated 60,000 care packages to vulnerable and underprivileged persons during the February 3rd to 17th national pause, farmers will not be allowed to sell their produce otherwise. And according to BAS CEO James Paul, while some crops and produce can withstand the 2-week break, others may rot.
The thing is really that it seems that these farmers would not be able to sell as they did in the previous lockdown from even their farms. That in itself is going to be problematic for some individuals. So in some cases, if they do not have the ability to deliver at home, that's another issue. I don't know. It will pose challenges to some of the farmers out there. It will definitely pose some challenges. So there are certain farmers who are small egg producers. They might have, say, 1,000 eggs that lay on a daily basis. That in itself will impose some challenges to some farmers who might not be able to set up a home delivery service or something like that. That could be problematic for some farmers. A lot of these are fresh produce things that are perishable. So if they cannot get rid of them, they can go back. There's a possibility. But again, I'm hoping that the care program will be able to help once they can get the produce. And of course, remember, they can still supply supermarkets. So I'm hoping too that the supermarkets themselves can play a role in terms of trying to take on as much of that produce as possible.
Fisherfolk share mixed reactions on government's decision to close all fish markets when the country goes on lockdown from February 3rd to 17. Some have expressed frustration and regret that they will not be allowed to ply their trade, while others said they understood the reason behind the decision and were backing Prime Minister Mia Mottley 100%. However, both sides agree that sales have increased significantly since the announcement was made last week.
I can understand the decision to start the market because they're trying to control the crowd and spread it by trying to control the spread of COVID by controlling the crowd. And opening all of these entities, people will get reasons to leave food. Even if there is not a legit reason just to leave food. And the markets in Barbados is one place people will come to congregate for no reason.
You're right, because when I order for the rich man, when they care about the hungry man.
I don't understand that. I don't understand about the food fish market. Never go know, I know.
There's regional and international news after this short break.
Barbados Today, news you can trust.
To news from the region, COVID-19 related deaths moved to 15 in St. Lucia on Sunday after the island recorded 2 deaths. The deceased are a 73-year-old male and a 21-year-old male who had no known medical history. The country also recorded 216 new positive cases of the viral illness on Sunday, bringing the national count to 1,411. At the same time, 8 inmates at the Bodily Correctional Facility have tested positive for the virus.
Can the penal system handle a COVID-19 outbreak? The Bodily Correctional Facility has confirmed the presence of the virus at the prison complex. According to Director of Corrections Hilary Herman, the highly secure facility first witnessed the introduction of the virus among staff in the kitchen, to be precise. Now, 8 inmates have tested positive for COVID-19. Herman says the health authorities conducted contact tracing efforts on the weekend, and the results are pending. In light of the threat, can the prison endure a shutdown?
We're as tightly shut down as we possibly can. There's no inmates going to court. Everyone is staying within, and that has been like that for months now. We've attempted to do virtual visits, and we allow family members to make drop-offs for the inmates. So I don't know how much more of a lockdown that can be done. Staff have to continue coming in and out to work, and that's the only movement we have.
A now viral online video shows some inmates at the facility leveling a number of allegations at authorities concerning the potential threat of the virus to the prison population.
And finally, on the international scene, a massive winter storm has pounded the U.S. East Coast, grounding flights, shuttering vaccination sites, and bringing New York City to a standstill. More from Reuters TV.
A major winter storm walloped the Northeast Monday and could bring nearly 2 feet of snow to New York, Boston, and several other cities before it's done.
This is a dangerous, life-threatening situation.
New York Governor Andrew Cuomo on Monday declared a state of emergency in 44 counties and New York City.
This is the real thing.
Mayor Bill de Blasio also declared a local state of emergency, suspending in-person classes for Monday and Tuesday, restricting non-essential travel, and putting coronavirus vaccination appointments on hold.
Blizzard conditions, stay off the road, stay off the streets and sidewalks. At the most intense points, you're going to see 2 to 4 inches of snow per hour. That is extremely intense snow. That's blinding snow.
The National Weather Service advised that treacherous travel conditions are expected throughout the Northeast for a few days. All flights from New York's JFK and LaGuardia airports were suspended Monday due to severe weather. New Jersey Governor Phil Murphy on Monday said the worst of the storm is yet to come.
And if you're out right now and you don't need to be out, safely find your way home, lock the door, sit on the couch, and stay home.
That's news. But for the very latest, visit us at www.barbadostoday.bb. You can also subscribe to our e-paper, email updates, or like us on Facebook, and sign up for our breaking news alerts via WhatsApp. We're also on Izumi Media in bus terminals, as well as screenplay at supermarkets and gas stations near you. And you can also hear us on Mix 96.9 FM and Capital Media HD 99.3 FM.